Kuhoo Garg's journey from the badminton court to securing the 178th position in the UPSC examination, earning the title of an Indian Police Service (IPS) officer, is a testament to her unwavering determination and resilience. Despite the challenges of a forced break from sports due to injury and the uncertainties of the UPSC exam, Kuhoo remains steadfast in her belief in herself and her ability to overcome obstacles. Kuhoo Garg gained recognition through numerous national competitions and also represented her country in various international events. However, a knee injury redirected her life's trajectory. During an interview with NNIS Sports, Kuhoo Garg disclosed that this injury prompted her to dedicate over a year to preparing for the UPSC exams.
Thank you so much, and I think it's a very overwhelming feeling. I'm very happy and I'm very grateful to God that we had a good result this time. And I think, yes, it was very overwhelming because the first 2 days there was a lot of media attention, and especially when you're sitting for 2 years and simply studying, you're completely out of the limelight. As an athlete, I used to keep having these different tournaments, different matches, but for the last 4 years almost since COVID, it all completely stopped, and I think these 2 days were very overwhelming for me. There was a lot of attention, and now finally that I got time, it's all sinking in, and I think I'm really grateful to God that we got this result, because I think it's a very big achievement, and yes, I think we're all very happy and very proud.
Garg achieved the 178th position in the UPSC examination, earning the title of an Indian Police Service (IPS) officer. Notably, her father, Ashok Kumar, a retired IPS officer himself who served as the Director General of Police in Uttarakhand, helped her with her studies.
I always believed in myself that I can do it. If I put in the kind of effort I did when I was playing badminton, I knew that I will be able to crack this as well. I will. I cannot really talk in terms of percentage, because I think this exam is so unpredictable, and there are so many external factors involved that this self doubt always creeps in somewhere. But I think I did believe that yes, I can crack it. However, I always try to go in with this mentality that I'm going to give my 100%, and I really should be able to crack it, but I think the rest is in God's hands. There is that, final, there's this tiny bit of a luck factor, and for that I have to leave it in God's hands for that. So I think my switch happened because there was a forced break from my sport. So, earlier the lockdown, then my injury, which required a surgery, then the surgery itself, the entire rehab process. Overall, I think, mentally in a very difficult state at that time. This happened in 2021, when, when you're thinking about 22 Commonwealth Games and the Asian Games and 24 Olympics, and that is a time when this is happening. So it was a very difficult phase. So I think for me, the most difficult thing was the mental challenge of it all, and I tried to not I tried to get back as quickly as possible. I'm not somebody who can sit around. So when this thing was there, that yes, now it is going to be a minimum 1.5-year break, as I would need to get a surgery done, and the rehab following that is at least year long process. So I thought that I'm not going to sit around. So that's when I thought कि अच्छा मुझे UPSC करना है, and I decided to go for this. So that was a very challenging aspect, and I think the other challenging aspect was that from being physically active 6 to 8 hours in a day to just sitting and studying 8 to 10 hours a day, that again became very challenging. And when you're out on the court, you're interacting with so many people. You have all your training in a group. I play doubles and mixed doubles, so your partner, your coaches, everybody's there. And now when I was preparing for the exam, I was sitting in a room and doing this at home. I did some online coachings, but I was not interacting with a lot of people. So that physical and communication gap that happened from all of these people, I think that was again a major challenge. Yes, in the juniors, World Junior Championship in 2016 in Spain. That's where I played with Satwik, and we played the quarterfinals. We actually lost a very close match, missing the medal by I think just like 19-21 in the third set.
Okay. And then you suffered a knee injury ACL tear in trials of Uber Cup after,
Yes,
I think, the COVID-19. So tell us about
yes.
the scenario, like how difficult it is for an athlete and it was for you during the injury. Because last day also there is an athlete named Amulya Shankar who is just pulled out from the Olympic. He was a very big medal
Yes,
prospect. So
yes,
how
yes.
does
I
it?
know the he has been having amazing performance.
So tell us about that. And how does it? What is the period like? An injury period for an athlete.
Um, I think first of all, injuries are a part and parcel of sports. I mean, so many topmost athletes, like even Neeraj Chopra has had a surgery. Carolina Marin had two surgeries. So I think it is a part and parcel of sports. But that does not decrease the amount of mental anguish it creates for athletes, because I think when you're injured, every single moment you are wanting to be back on the field, wanting to be back to working, and it's a very difficult period to get through. So yes, like I also was telling that 2022 Commonwealth Games, Asian Games were coming, and this was 2021, the Thomas Hoover Cup trials. They would uh, uh, matlab, this was the first one after the COVID break of 1.5 years. So I really did not want to miss it, even though I was not, I had just had a typhoid period of around a whole month, and I was not feeling my 100% on the court, but I still decided to go there because I thought it's a very major event. It might be leading to team selections throughout the year, and I went for it. And I unfortunately I got the injury because I think I was not fully fit at that time. So I think for any athlete, it is a very difficult period to go through injuries. Every moment there is just a lot of stress. You want to be back on the court, back to working, and you really need the right kind of support during this time to get through it. And you need to be really mentally strong. And I think the belief in self has to be there. That no, I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be back even better than I was before. Like the Olympic was a target in my mind for almost like a decade. I had been simply dreaming about this, and that I really, really wanted to at least give my best in trying for the Olympic qualification, and then really wanted to be there at the Olympics. But I think sometimes life has a different plan for us, and for me, I think at that moment I was very upset. But now I think I was meant to be somewhere else, maybe. And with this result, I think I have that confidence now that ठीक है, I think there are factors which are not in my hands, and I have accepted that. But if I get a chance to play again, I would certainly love to do that. But right now, I think that yes, this is where I was meant to be at this point, and I'm really grateful to God for that. My father has been one of like the biggest support. Both my parents, mother and father, they have been my biggest support. I think from the very childhood at home, we had this culture where sports and education both went together, and both were a very important part of our lives. So growing up, they exposed me to all different sports. As I started playing badminton, I started performing. So they really encouraged me that you should pursue. They always saw that I was very self motivated. I would wake up on my own at 5:30 every morning, go for training, and they would, when they saw the performance, they saw the hard work and the discipline, they encouraged me a lot that you should continue this, and they were behind me 100%. However, at the same time, I think coming from a background like mine, at home everybody is an engineer, everybody there's a lot of emphasis on education. So there was this thing that, but you there is a minimum expectation from you in terms of education. Like you have to score at least, you have to get good marks, and as long as that is being maintained, you can play jitna bhi tumhe khelna hai. So that sort of a thing was there, because of which I put in a lot of extra efforts to actually balance both the things. Even when I was in Gopichand Academy in Hyderabad, I would look for tutors around me and arrange for classes. I would travel to places in between my sessions to at least maintain my basic education of what I was doing. Even in my graduation, I chose Sri Ram College of Commerce for this very reason, because economics honors is a very difficult course. However, when I was getting an opportunity in the best college in India, so we went for that. So I think throughout this, my parents were a big support. And even when it came to UPSC, like I told you, it was a very difficult period for me after the injury and after all those health issues which some had been going on. So they were constantly there. They told me that, you really think about it, that what is it that you want to do, and whatever it is you do, we are there to support you. That is a time when I thought that this civil services is what I would want to really go for. And from the very first day, from the first plan we made to the last day before the exam, and all those revisions of questions, there are certain subjects like ethics and internal security where my father has even written books, so he had a lot of in-depth knowledge specifically in those subjects. So those subjects I almost entirely uh, studied by discussions through him, prepared through discussions with him. We did a lot of question answer session, lot of discussions, lot of interview practice. So his guidance has been there throughout. And yes, like I said, from the planning to of yearly plans, monthly plans, weekly plans, to these, everyday sessions and discussions, his support has been constant. I think right now I'm just trying to let this all sink in, and I'm. We are still thinking what next step. I'm still waiting for the service allocation to come. Right now, I only know that I got 178 rank. So I think once all of that is clear, then I will have a better idea. But right now, I'm just letting this all sink in and trying to enjoy this moment that I have been working for quite some time now. Who isn't that is an amazing part of this whole process. So I am very, very excited for it, and yes, I'm really looking forward to that.